How's the real estate market in Tulsa, Oklahoma? Well, I am so glad that you asked. Hey, it's Jennie Wolek here at Keller Williams Realty, Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Wolek Group. And I'll tell you what, this has been a fun and exciting real estate year. Things are always changing in the real estate market, and that is why I report to you each month on what is happening, the reality of our local real estate in Tulsa. So the final stats are in for the year. Now, officially, as you know, I share this every time. The data that we have is from the previous month. Well, I am in December, mid-December right now, and the data is from November. But that's okay. We'll get the December data in mid-January, and I'll keep you posted on the final numbers then. But this matters now because we get to see a snapshot of really all of 2024 to compare it to 2025. And to be really honest, as a real estate professional for almost 25 years, the past couple years were pretty tough. 23 and 24 definitely had some ups and downs and a lot more downs than ups. And so I am happy to report as I review the data here right in front of me is that the market has leveled out a bit. It hasn't gone extreme one way at all in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sometimes you can hear the national news and it can freak you out. But I am here to report the real facts. So here we go. I'm going to dive in. I like to look at year to date. I want to see overall what has happened from last year to this year. This gives us a summary of all of the different months that tally up. Now, our MLS statistics also provide information of month over month. So November of 2024 compared to November of 2025. There really isn't much that stands out dramatically in November to 24 to 25 differences. The main thing was that this year our pendings are up way more in November of 25 than they were of 24. That's a really great sign as we are finishing up the year. That means people are making a move this year and probably feeling more confident and less uncertain than they were the previous year. That's the one that really stands out. Otherwise, the month over month really kind of coincide with the year over year. So that's what I'm going to focus on here. Now, of course, you can have this full report. Just message us and we will send the 11-page document full of amazing data over to you. But when I look at the 2025 numbers, it's great in that the closed sales, the pending under contract properties, and even new listings are all up, right? That's a good thing. That means that the market is moving and things are not stalled out. Things are still happening. Whether you're buying or selling a home, it's good that properties are selling and buyers are making a move. So the one that is the biggest, though, would be the new listings. The new listing inventory is up 7.4% this year over last year. That's a good thing. If you remember, all these years we've had such low inventory, and we're always talking about supply and demand. So when there is low supply, that means the demand is higher. And when the demand is higher, that means prices are higher and frustrations can be higher because maybe there's not much wiggle room or negotiations that can happen. But to me, having an increase in new listings is a good sign. We want more homes that are for sale so that our buyers have more options. Now, the other thing is that the average list price to sales price ratio is still just floating around 98%. It's specifically 98.32%. I just round one way or the other just to have an even number. So just think about it like this. Whatever you believe your home value is, then you would expect that you might need to negotiate off of that price about 2%. So you can get out your calculator and do the math. It's pretty simple. And the thing is that in that negotiation of that 2%, what we are also not seeing in this number, and I say this over and over again because I just want to remind you, is that not all of the money details are in the sales price. So whenever a property sells, it gets updated on the MLS. That becomes the statistics and the numbers that we look at. But inside of that contract, there could have been some hidden concessions that, well, it's not hidden. They're, of course, written and known to all people, but it's not reflected in the price. Things like buyers concessions toward maybe the seller is contributing toward the buyer's closing costs. We see this often. This could be six, seven, eight, $9,000 that's inside of that sales price, but you don't see it in that reflected that way. Now, the other thing inside of that that we're seeing more is that sellers are possibly needing to make repairs and pay for things to be back in normal working order. That's something we might not see in the sales price. And even some sellers are offering a home warranty that they're covering the cost of for a buyer. So those things can be hidden in that price. But at least we are still seeing that homes are closing and buyers are making a move. So the other number to note, and this is for you thinking about selling and this new year coming up, is that right now the average days on market to go from an active listing to an under contract listing, that period there is at 41.33 days. So 41 days that it will take to get your home under contract. Now, the reminder is that there's 41 days, and then you're going to need to add on about another 41 days, really. So we always say at least 30 to 45 days for the closing period. So this is why it's super important. Sometimes our clients will be ready to make a move and they have some urgency in their move. They need to get somewhere by a certain time, but we haven't factored in the time that it takes for the prepping of your home to get it ready for the market. That can take a few weeks sometimes, then the on the market time, and then the pending and under contract time. So as you could see, it could really take at least 3 months from the day that you're ready to think about selling your home, getting on the market under contract, and then close. It could be a few months. So if you need to make a move in the first quarter of 2026, just pull out the calendar right now and work the math backwards. When should we be talking to start helping you with the prepping, maybe some minor repairs, any pre-inspections if that's important to you? It really makes a difference, by the way. And what are things that we can start helping you with? Because it always takes more time than we think it will, whether it's because you have just the weekend to start working through the closets or straightening up your home or having a handy person out to make some repairs or painting some walls. The truth is that all of those things take time, and sometimes the time just flies by. And so let's start talking sooner than later. Now, if you're a buyer, why this days on market is valuable for you is that you have more inventory now. Yay, there's more options out there. You may get a little bit of negotiation on that price, which is great. But if you are in certain neighborhoods or locations that have a faster days on market, see, this is the average for the whole MLS, the whole metro area, then that there could be some challenges. For example, if you're wanting to buy a home for $300,000 in Midtown Tulsa, that price is lower than the average sales price, so it might be harder to find. If it is in good condition, it would likely sell faster. And so days on market is going to be different in different locations and price points and all of those factors. So that's something to consider. But as a buyer now, you may have a little more time to not be so stressed in your urgency, but know that good homes do go fast. And so if you are needing to be somewhere again then you want to be ready to move. So this is why in advance you can start talking with a lender, start talking with us, your favorite realtors, so we can help you with the plan so you understand the whole process. So when it is time to say go and find that perfect home for you and get that home under contract, that you're really prepared and ready for the process. So I hope all this information is helpful. It's always important for us to stay up to date on the latest data and details for the local real estate market. We are always here for you if you have any questions or need some clarity or just curious about how the process works, because that's what we love to do, is help you find your way home in a nice, relaxing, peaceful way and not be stressed along through the process. So I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you later.